give me a second. How do you reckon you've done?
That was the biggest car crash ever.
Hi guys, welcome back to Drive London. I'm Rohit and this is Colin. We're about to do a mock test. Colin found us from YouTube, wanted to do a mock test and find out if he's test ready. Colin's done how many hours again?
Around 30.
Around 30 hours. Is that with just an instructor as well?
Yeah, I've had 3 different instructors now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so 30 hours, has a test in a month's time?
Yep.
And that's not around here, so this is a new area for him as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wants to know if he's test standard and take it from there. So I'm going to explain how the test works and then we'll get into it. Okay, so it's going to last for 40 minutes. During those 40 minutes we're going to keep throwing the road ahead unless I ask you to turn left or right. There'll be one maneuver, possibly an emergency stop, and one show me and one tell me question. Okay. Also, there's 20 minutes of independent driving in your drive usually, but I'm going to get you to follow the sat nav for the whole duration. Okay, so we can follow a whole test route. For you guys, whenever you make any mistakes, any serious mistakes or dangerous mistakes, will be in red at the top here. Any minors, anything advisory, in amber. Anything good or anything well he does, in green. Okay, good. Should we get started?
Yep.
So let's start with that tell me question. Could you tell me how you would check to see if your indicators are working?
You turn on the engine and press down, and if the lights flash here, it's on, but you might have to get out of the car as well to have a look for left or right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so good. Whenever you're ready, the sat nav is on. I'm going to give you first direction. We're going to move off and take the next road on your right. Okay. Start whenever you're ready.
Turn right, then take the second left. Turn left. After 80 yards, turn right, then go left on the roundabout. Turn right, then go left on the roundabout. Go left on the roundabout. First exit. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout. Second exit. After 80 yards, cross the roundabout. Second exit. Cross the roundabout. Second exit. After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Okay, so just keep your clutch down and press the start button. There you go, car's on.
yards, go left on the roundabout. First exit. Go left on the roundabout. First exit.
Safe to do so, I'd like you to turn on your rear demister for me, please. Thank you. After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout. Third exit. Go right on the roundabout. Third exit. Second gear. Okay, let's press the start button again.
yards, turn right. Turn right.
Now we're going to ignore the sat nav for a little while. We're just going to follow my directions, okay?
Okay.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout. First exit.
Take the second right. So that's the first. It's just that next one there. Down to the end and turn right. And then I'd like you to pick a bay and forward park into it for me, please.
Okay. Left or right?
It doesn't matter, it's up to you. So there's not enough space on this side, you can go around to the other side as well.
Okay.
Done? Are you done?
Nope.
Just check where the reverse is on the diagram.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Whenever you're ready, we'd like us to reverse to your right and drive up to your left for me, please.
roundabout. Go left on the roundabout. First exit. After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout. Third exit. Go right on the roundabout. Third exit. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout. First exit.
Thank you, and drive on whenever you're ready again.
First exit. After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout. Second exit. Go right on the roundabout. Second exit. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout. Second exit. Then, turn right.
So we're going to ignore that direction. We're going to turn left at the next roundabout, first exit.
Cross the roundabout. Second exit. Then, turn right.
Take the next left. It's just here. where we started, so just before the last park car on the left for me, please.
After 100 yards, turn right. Then, take the second left.
Just ignore the sat nav. That's great, leave yourself enough room to move away. Great, if we could secure the car and turn off the engine for me, please. And give me a second. How do you reckon you've done?
That was the biggest car crash ever.
Yeah, it wasn't great, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't good at all.
Yeah, unfortunately that was a fail. I'm just going to talk, give me a second, just actually tally this up.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so we got 10 serious mistakes, okay? Had this been your normal test, a real test, they would have terminated that probably halfway through.
Yeah.
It was just literally, there's too many serious and dangerous mistakes, okay? So yeah, we got 10 serious mistakes. 2 of them are actually dangerous, but yeah, there's a bit too many faults, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if in essence, if I was to put this down, it's basically what we spoke about before coming in. I didn't speak about this in the intro, but you tend to drive too fast, you know, there's a little bit rushing right at the start. Closer to the end, you start relaxing a little more.
Yeah, I think I was just really nervous. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but like it's just really tense. And I think halfway through I was like, I knew I bottled it, so I might as well just relax and just.
Exactly.
And I think towards the end I just started getting the hang of it and just like slowing down and
yeah, and that's what the whole purpose of these mock tests is, to get a feeling for how it's going to feel in your test. And your test day, you're going to feel these nerves kick in.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what tends to happen, and that's why it's good to do these mock tests and just try to control those mistakes basically, but just staying relaxed as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt like
that pressure,
this sort of anxiety, like
know,
the testing anxiety. So
exactly,
yeah,
it's because you're in control of a vehicle, which you're just about, you know, we've just started learning how to use, and you're under that pressure of driving perfectly, and it can mess up as well. But yeah, let's talk through some of these faults so you can understand them, okay? So I'll try to remember them in order as best as possible, and I might forget some of them, but I'm going to go for them. So first mistake was cutting corners, okay? When I told you to take that next road on your right, it's a two-way road. We turned on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Now I know there's a parked car there, but there's still enough space to turn behind that car first and then turn onto your side. Meaning you just go a little bit slower, but maneuver behind that car and then maneuver around. In case there's an oncoming vehicle, we can stop behind that car.
Yeah.
Where we turned in, we wouldn't be able to stop.
On the wrong side. Yeah,
exactly. If you stop on that side of the road, they can't pass through.
Yeah.
Okay, so just stopping on that side. Okay. The next one was straight away when we got into the main road down there where we had the speed humps.
Yeah.
We're doing 25 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think I kept making that mistake.
Yeah, so
I
it
think
happened.
I shouldn't be relying on the sat nav, because I'm not. I don't know the area. I just
exactly. We always say this. Now, sometimes examiners will mention this at the start. They'll say, don't rely on the signs and signals from the sat nav. Pay attention to the road.
Yeah.
And this is the case everywhere, because you have to always remember the signs and the speed limits and the layout of the roads can change.
Yeah.
And we've just got to use that over your sat nav. So sat nav gives you your rough directions.
Yeah.
Even if you go the wrong direction and stuff, it's perfectly fine. We just follow that to a certain degree, but make sure you always follow signs and directions on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you got twice we went over speed quite a bit. It wasn't even twice, it was more than once.
Yeah, no,
but on two occasions, on two occasions, you went up to about 25, 26 miles per hour on a 20 zone, which is too much. Okay. And I put a little star there just to remind you that it happened more than once. And then we came up to a roundabout. I'm trying to remember the order. Okay, I'm just going to go through them. Okay, so you got a serious mistake for gears. Okay.
I went into the wrong gear.
Yeah. So yeah, we went into. I gave you that as a dangerous fault. So we were trying to select third gear. And we've selected first gear, and I saw it coming as well, and I checked my mirrors, and luckily there's no one behind us, and I'll let you just do it. But you felt that sudden pull, right?
I knew it as soon as I went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, why is that happening? Why did it go into first gear? I mentioned this right at the start to you.
Because I'm doing it way too not smoothly, but I'm not waiting at neutral.
Correct,
So
exactly.
like to know where I am.
You're trying to find third gear too much. Yeah, so you're going from second, trying to finding it,
trying to do
rather
like
than just letting it go into
Yeah.
neutral and a slight push up.
Yeah.
This is a very common mistake, usually at the start of your lessons, and obviously when you tense up as well, you end up doing the same mistake.
Yeah.
Just tell yourself always neutral first and slight push up.
Funnily enough, that's probably the first time I've done it in like years. So it's like I don't know, it's just the tenseness made me sort of like.
But you do need to work on your gears as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way you sometimes change, especially when you're putting it into first gear, when you're slowing down and stopping at junctions, or even slowing down in general, you kind of force it into the gear.
Yeah.
And you're doing the gear change a little too early. You need to get the car slower first, and then make the gear changes.
Yeah.
But because we made that that dangerous mistake there, that would, there's no brake lights there. Luckily, there's no one behind.
Yeah.
But the car suddenly slows down and makes it dangerous fall. Okay. And then we got up to a set of traffic lights where we had to turn right on a slight hill.
Stalled twice.
Yeah, we stalled twice. Now I told you this car, you don't need to turn off the car.
Yeah.
You're used to putting the key on again. So, but anyways, it happened once. Happened twice, and then the car was on, then you switched off the car and you switched it back on, and it was just a lot of kind of just sitting around there, and the car started rolling back as well.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, so it just ended up talking a little bit. So yeah, serious mistake for moving off of control there. Okay, now when you stall, always tell yourself this, to relax first of all, and take it slower the next time round. The reason why you're stalling is because you kept bringing your clutch up too
fast,
and you're on a hill there, so it's going to take longer for the car to gain speed. So you need to hold your clutch up, move for a little bit longer, so the halfway point a lot longer, so that the car builds some speed, using more gas as well.
Yeah,
that'll stop the car from stalling as much. But yeah, we're just trying to move up too quick there. Okay. And then it happened the second time where we came up to a set of traffic lights. We were staying in second gear.
Oh yeah, I was in second. Yeah,
we stalled.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't even realise I was in second. You had to point it out. So
correct.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. So it's still a serious mistake.
Yeah.
So whenever you stall, there's always two reasons why you stall. Either you're in the wrong gear.
Yeah.
Or you brought your clutch up too quick.
Yeah.
So we always eliminate the gear change one, being in the wrong gear, by always, whenever you stall, reselect first gear.
Right.
Even though sometimes it may look like it's in first gear, but it may be in third.
Yeah.
So we always say take it out of the gear you're in, reselect first gear, and then move on. Okay, so we always just double check that we're in the correct gear.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you stall, always tell yourself, make sure it's in the correct gear. Now, stalling in your test is usually not a fail, depending on where it's happened, on that traffic light, and so on, and how you recover from it. On both occasions, I had to help you out of them. Okay, so that's what makes it a serious mistake. Okay, so moving off of control twice, you would have stalled, would have failed for that. Clearance. Signals correctly. Now we're on a roundabout doing a right turn, third exit. So we're on the dual carriageways when I got you to do the show me tell me question.
Yeah.
And then we came up to a roundabout where we were saying right. Your signal was a bit late approaching that roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah. But eventually.
Did I move lane?
Yeah, you switched lanes.
And then the light switched off, and then I forgot when we stopped. I then put it back on.
Yeah, that was fine. So that's just a minor. Then we've entered the roundabout. You got two serious mistakes there. One was for response to road markings.
Yeah.
Okay. The lane you went into said straight ahead only.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now a lot of people get confused there. You got these little hatch markings on the floor, and there's a right arrow just above it. You actually need to go over those hatch markings to get into that right lane.
Oh, okay.
The lane that we used to turn right said straight ahead only. Okay. So that was his first serious mistake, to response to road markings there. And then as you went round, you're starting to look to drift back to the left lane, which is good. Okay, so you're checking your mirrors, but you've done your signal before second exit, and the lane you're in actually takes us to that exit.
Right, so you should have stayed in lane.
Kept your right signal on until you pass second exit, and then do your left signal. And because you put your signal on too early, had that been a non-traffic light controlled roundabout, people from the second exit are going to assume they're going to assume you're taking that exit, and they're going to pull out in front of you. Okay, but I still gave that a serious mistake, just because we're using the wrong lane. We put our signal too early. People behind are going to assume that you're taking the second exit, not curving around back to the right. Okay, so signals correctly was another one. And then we went into this car park to do this maneuver. When I got you to enter the car park, there's like bushes on the left.
Scraped it.
Yeah, we kind of scraped, not even a little bit, we kind of just driving through them
Yeah.
a lot. Had that been a war, you're just scraping your whole car there. There was no oncoming vehicles at this point as
Yeah.
well. There's no reason for us to be that close. So sometimes you're going to have to be further out. There could be big branches sticking out, and you don't want that scratching your car.
Sure.
So a bit further to the right. Okay, so I gave you a minor for, not minor, a serious mistake for clearance there. And then again, I gave you a dangerous fault for clearance when we're coming down near the end.
When we came back out.
No, so this is another occasion.
Okay.
We're driving down, coming back towards the test center. There's some meeting situations, and there's an orange car thing on the left, and you're just so close to it. And that's when I said you're too close to the left. And then even when I said that,
I was still too close. Yeah.
You're almost trying to stay on your side of the road there.
Yeah.
But you got parked cars on your side, so it may mean that we need to go over the center line. And it's perfectly fine, and it's okay to go over the center line.
Yeah.
And the only time I would kind of think about slowing down or moving closer to the left, if there was oncoming vehicles. And if you don't have the space, we just stop, wait until it's safe again, get that clearance, and then go again. But I gave that as a dangerous mistake because I had to reach in for the steering wheel that time. So yeah, just watch out for that, okay? I'm just trying to tick these off, so I've spoken through them. Other road users. After the meeting situation, the clearance fault, there was a learner car turning right into a road who was blocking our road.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the instructor looking at us, thinking, what, are we going to stop or not? Are we going to go straight
Yeah, I was...
No.
So that's just judgment, because I sometimes assume that other traffic will move by the time I get there, but I feel like I stopped way too late in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was your mistake. So just getting too close, they're looking at us thinking that this guy may not stop.
Are we going to hit them?
Yeah, exactly. Just give them the space.
Yeah.
And don't assume they're going to clear your path in time.
Yeah.
Just slow it down, or slow it down in a good time where they can clear your path and you're nowhere near them.
Yeah.
But if they haven't cleared in that time, we stop with a nice big clearance. Okay. But I just felt like we got a bit too close, and they're kind of frightened and they're looking at us and thinking we're not going to stop there.
Yeah.
And lastly, observations. So we came up to a roundabout doing a left turn, first exit. There's a black car inside the roundabout where I almost said,
oh yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah.
And then I had to just, because we were already out in the junction at that point, couldn't stop you in time. I let you go, but there was a car.
I saw that as well.
So you looked mainly to your right, but you didn't look inside the roundabout if there was anyone coming. I bet she was coming at the same time, and that would have been a serious fault for observations. Okay, do you understand all those mistakes?
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, I know as soon as I did them, I was like, oh.
You're making them. Yeah. Okay. There was another potential serious mistake. There was a pedestrian crossing. We kind of saw her late. We both went up for our brakes fairly close together. But you did stop in time, and I marked that down as a minor, but I gave a little dot there, so just saying
should
that.
have been more aware before approaching.
As soon as you made that turn, just quickly looking, there's a crossing, couldn't see the right very clear, just a bit slower, assuming that people could be crossing there.
Again, it's one of those things where I'm just rushing, or like I feel like I need to.
It's just because just before that we stalled.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically, we call this a snowball effect. Where you're trying to rush and get out of that situation, and you end up making another mistake. But okay. Now you got some minors as well. I can't remember all of them. I'm just going to quiz you whiz through some of the big ones, okay? But where you got more than one. Your gears, you're going down to first gear a lot coming up to mini roundabouts where it's not necessary.
Okay.
So you're tending to come up to roundabouts and saying, okay, I'm going to go down to first gear. Most times we try to stay in second gear as best as possible, and only if we can't see enough, or we need to just adjust the speed because it's a sharper turn, then into first gear. And the last one is you felt that jolt because it wasn't
I was
necessary.
doing it too slow. But I think because obviously before we started, I was saying like one of the things I kept doing was going into roundabouts too quickly. So I feel like I'm trying to overcompensate for it by always bringing it down. So it's just trying to find that balance now.
So the ideal speed I always say to people to approach a roundabout is around 12 miles per hour in second gear.
Okay.
If you can't see very well, slow it down even more and then drop down to first gear. But make sure you do that slowing down process first, because what you tend to do is you the speeds kind of fire.
Put it into first and then slow down.
Exactly. And then the gears being forced, we're then feeling that jolt in the car as well because the speed's above 10. Just work on your gears more. Okay. Use the mirrors before change of speed. When you stop in traffic sometimes and you're moving off again, you don't tend to check your mirrors. The situation can change around us, people can filter through, just being aware of what's happening around us. Signals timed. Sometimes your signal's coming in a bit late, just put that on in good time. And yes, a little bit of observations, a bit of you got a minor for undue hesitation, came up to a roundabout, no one on your right, the car coming from your left, you could have kept going there. Okay, I'm going to talk about the rest later with you.
Okay, cool.
All right, good. So unfortunately, yeah, you would have failed that.
Yeah.
It would have been a termination out of the test. But it's good that you got the practice and the feel for it.
Yeah.
You just work on these mistakes. Like I said, you can drive. I think you said you was super nervous.
Yeah.
It's just making sure we can control those nerves and
100%.
Yeah.
I think it's good to get it out there as well, so I kind of know what it feels like
exactly. That's it.
now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, best of luck for you next month.
Cheers.
If you do want to do any lessons with us, we can help you out. But if you're working with your instructor, work with them with all these mistakes and just try to control that more. Okay. All right. Good. Best of luck to Colin. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. I don't say that quite often, but do so. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.